The tragedy of October 29th, the sorrow of those forgotten. On October 29, 2022, around 10 p.m., a large crowd formed in Itaewon while enjoying the Halloween festival in Seoul, the capital of South Korea. The rapid influx of people led to a crowd crush, a disaster in which over 300 casualties resulted from. It was a catastrophe that ended up taking 159 lives, including those of foreigners. The government declared a period of national mourning, set Yongsan-gu as a special disaster zone, and promised to provide aid to bereaved families and those injured. But a year has passed, and yet the families of the deceased are still in front of the memorial altar near Seoul City Hall, leading a strike against the government for its failure to take responsibility. They do not want much. The one thing they ask for is the truth behind that fatal night, what exactly had happened, how it had happened, and who should have been responsible for safety. The bereaved families are worried that if the truth isn't uncovered, then a similar tragedy might take place again in South Korea. There has been a refusal from the Yoon administration to speak to the families, calling their anger and pain a political statement. A New York Times article states that the government investigation failed to explain why desperate calls to the police were ignored for hours, and that senior officials refused to take responsibility. It is highly questionable whether the current administration, which claims the simple question of what is a governing body for to be a political statement, has the capability of leading a country. The families call the names of the victims over and over again, for if they stop, those names may be forever lost to memory. If the exact cause of the tragedy had been substantiated, or if those responsible for it had claimed their responsibility and been given their due punishments, the families would have been able to let the victims rest in their memories. The tragedy's first anniversary already passed. The families dread that the victims may be completely forgotten by the wider public. Their fear is not groundless. The city of Seoul has pressed fines against the families for creating a memorial altar, which the city should have prepared, and the president has refused to attend the first anniversary memorial service, claiming it to be a political rally. Furthermore, as CNN states, while Yoon has expressed his condolences to the families, he has stopped short of an apology, saying that people who are specifically responsible should be held accountable. But no one has stepped forward to claim responsibility over the past year. To prevent another tragedy from causing pain in the country, we have to remember the victims and their names. We cannot let this heartbreaking catastrophe be forgotten and deeply engrave it within our hearts so that nothing of the similar sort will happen ever again.